Forecasting. What is forecasting? Forecasting is where we are preparing ourselves to draw on the screen what we expect to happen. So we basically forecast all different scenarios, and this becomes a lot easier the more and more that you learn about the market, because it allows you to forecast certain pairs with certain probability. So for example, you might have a CAD pair who is generally more corrective. So you will forecast that knowing that that pair is more corrective. Also, you would forecast other pairs such as the euro that trends more. So you're more likely to add those into your forecast. Now, why do we forecast and why is it so important? Well, when we forecast, what we're doing is we're training our subconscious mind to be prepared for when these outcomes happen. And then we don't have any hesitation when we are looking to get involved in the market. This will allow us to be prepared because we want to prepare our mind, because as we know, we have two sorts of mind, okay? You have the subconscious mind and you have the conscious mind. Now the conscious mind, it takes in around 2,000 pieces of information a second. But the subconscious mind actually takes in 4 million pieces of information per second. Now, what the subconscious mind does is it will focus on anything that is important to you. And anything that it feels is not important, it will erase and it won't show you. So this helps us a lot in life to focus on certain things. So this is why when it comes down to forecasting, we like to forecast so that we prepare our subconscious mind for these scenarios to happen. Backtesting is one of the key components to guerrilla trading. Now, what is backtesting? Well, backtesting is something that we do where we look back at previous historical data and we actually work out the strategy that we are using and how it performed over a certain time or date. So for example, you might choose the euro US dollar. You might choose one of our strategies, for example, the bullet. And you want to work out from the beginning of the year 2019 all the way to the end of the year 2019. And you want to work out what your average percentage would be. So for example, you would trade it as you are trading it live. Okay, so what we do is we use a bar replay, which is on the TradingView software, and what we do is we go back to the beginning of that year. Then we click, and we go through the process. Now we suggest that you take at least 3 seconds per click and really work out that if that is a trade setup or not. And then what we do is we'll write down all of this as data, okay? We will write it all down and we'll put it into a file and work out exactly what sort of percentages we would have made if we were trading this live. Now what this does is it don't only give you the good data that you're going to get from this, and it will also give you a massive amount of confidence. But one of the key things that not a lot of people know is that the more and more you backtest, you're actually teaching your subconscious mind to actually be aware of these setups, and it will actually become second nature. Also, what a lot of people don't realize is that the more and more that you backtest, the more that your mind focuses on certain things. So for example, the more and more you backtest, you might see certain things on certain pairs because each pair has different characteristics. So obviously if you've backtested every pair, you might have different setups for each pair. Now we know the rules within our strategy are always the same, but what I mean by that is certain pairs may be more corrective and certain pairs may be more impulsive. Certain pairs may give you larger bonds. Certain pairs you will look at certain PA, as in price action, to get involved in that. But only you will learn that price action or characteristics if you take the time to backtest. Now we ideally would like you to backtest 2 years of data on each pair. Now this will give you a real grasp of what each pair's personality is like. Because like I said to you earlier, each pair has its own characteristics. So certain pairs you might not want to trade a certain strategy, and other pairs you might want to, or you might want to trade them both on certain pairs. So it's all down to you really taking your time backtesting and refining what you want to do in your trade plan. Because this is where you will gain a trade plan. And then once you've gained that trade plan, then you'll backtest it again. And you will see, and you will learn, and you will make more refinements until you get to a point where you are very happy and your trade plan will be second nature when you are backtesting.